Hi and welcome. So excited to be here with you live for our Live in 5 this week. I am honored to be here with the lovely Elisa Linsdell, and we are here to talk about 3 signs you're thwarting your visibility and how to overcome it. And so, Alyssa, would you like to introduce yourself real quick?
Yes, I'm Alyssa Lansdale. I'm a leadership communications trainer and a former broadcaster and a former thwarter of my own visibility. So happy to be here talking about this.
Yeah, same here. I am a former thwarter of my visibility. My name is Wesley Reece. I'm a success coach and healer and spiritual mentor, helping introverted women in business. And I am also the creator of the Confidence Catalyst and the host of the online show Destined For More. And today we are excited to bring you this topic because we know as introverts and former overcomers of these things that hold us back from putting ourselves out there that better is possible, and we want that for you. So that's why we're here today. So Alyssa, would you like to kick us off?
Yeah, I mean, one of the first things that can stop our advancement of ourselves or our visibility or prevent it altogether is perfectionism. And there are so many people who identify as perfectionists. They don't need to tell me. I can kind of ask my client, "You're a perfectionist, aren't you?" How do you know? Because you haven't even started. And with that in mind, I've actually created a whole program for my clients called the Consciously Imperfect Leader. This is because what we do is we set ourselves this bar that is so high that I believe our subconscious kind of delights in this because our subconscious is trying to protect us, right? Like we don't need to advance in life. We need to stay safe. But really what is happening is we are not moving ahead. We're not accomplishing anything because I don't know about you, but anytime I set the bar at perfection, I fail. So anytime you set perfection as your goal, that you won't move forward until everything is perfect, you are destined to fail because nobody is perfect. Plus, as I like to say, perfect is boring. So if you find yourself waiting to make sure everything is just right, not applying for that job, not reaching out to that potential client, that is why. That could be it. If you're waiting for everything to be perfect, you'll be waiting forever.
Absolutely. And as a former perfectionist,
Mhm.
I really had to understand how it was holding me back. And so, for example, early in my business years, I felt like I had to get all these certifications to justify and prove myself and to get things just right before I would put myself out there to help people. When in hindsight, I could already help them. And so it's part when you embrace what I like to call your flossomeness,
I love that.
because like you said, perfectionism it is boring. And that imperfection piece, that flossom part of you is your attractor factor.
Yeah.
And so embracing that piece is going to advance you forward. So let's talk about sign number 2. Sign
Mhm.
number 2, avoidance. Yeah, if
I'm sorry, I
something's
didn't hear that. I'm just kidding.
if something's scary, yeah, you're gonna avoid it. You're gonna come up with all the excuses as to why you shouldn't do X, Y, Z, why you shouldn't put yourself out there at that meeting, why you shouldn't voice yourself in a group of people, because that little imposter says, "Well, who are you to add that value?"
That's it.
And so the world conditions us that we have this inherent belief that the world is not a safe place. It's not a safe place to put ourselves out there. And I'm here to tell you when you really take that next step, say enough is enough. When you take that next step and you're able to heal past that old story, then you naturally feel safe to be vulnerable, to be seen, to be heard. Alyssa, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I do. I think you're right. And it's so it's not that it's not scary. It's not that it's not a challenge. It's that we're no longer avoiding as a result of it. I found that happened to me when I cleared some past emotional baggage and cleared those blocks, those things that I was avoiding for so long. I mean, some of it came down to like just financial stuff that I didn't like and didn't think my story was I was never going to be good at that. I thought, okay, this is still unpleasant, but it's not triggering me anymore, and I'm actually doing it. That
Yeah.
is the difference when you clear that. It makes
Yeah,
such a huge
and
difference.
I think people need to understand that they don't have to live with these things. They have
Yeah,
to be aware of them in order to make the choice for better. And so, um, knowing that that has tripped you up and it's holding you back, knowing that you can heal past that. And when
yeah,
you heal past that, you're more empowered to take greater action and have less of that resistance that you've had in the past. It just goes
so true.
away.
It
So
does.
let's talk about the third sign.
Yeah, playing
The third
small.
sign is a whammy, and I see it all the time. It used to be me, and I think it creeps up for. It's very common for women, introverted women in business. So, would you
Yes.
like to share first?
Yes, I would love to. So it's playing small, and this is something I've seen my whole life in varying to varying degrees, and in women in the professional world, everywhere really, and it mostly affects women. Playing small, diminishing ourselves. So that could range from the physical of actually shrinking yourself to be smaller in a room so people don't notice you as much, to minimizing language. Oh, it's nothing. If someone compliments you on the job you did, wow, that was an amazing seminar. Oh, it was nothing. It was really my team that did that. You see, I'm even doing this with my gestures. It's amazing how women will play small and somehow think that the world is going to value you. Or is it that maybe you're secretly afraid of being valued? That's a whole other discussion for another day. But when we play small, guess what? Whatever we decide we're going to do however we're going to present ourselves, that's how the world is going to see us. Nobody's going to say you need to stand up. So we are the only ones who have that control, right?
The only person that can raise your value is yourself.
Yeah.
And that's a quote from John Maxwell. And I love it because that was me at one time too.
Yeah.
And it's very common for women to be conditioned, whether it comes from marketing messages out there, whether it comes from people in our influence that speak to us in our environment, whatever it is, that the message is we're not good enough. We don't meet that expectation, and most of the times it's not necessarily a direct expectation from someone else. It's
Mm.
our own expectation of ourselves. And
100%.
so,
Yeah.
not being able to really take ownership of your truth and of your value and holding back out of fear, not necessarily fear of maybe judgment from someone else, but
Mhm.
fear of judgment of yourself. It's that critic that comes up.
That's so true. Yeah, the inner saboteur, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
You're not
absolutely.
good enough.
And so, for those that are watching, Alyssa and I had a fabulous free masterclass earlier today, and it was for introverted women in business. And we talked about how to stop sabotaging your visibility and breakthrough for 2023. We talked about how to get you from being that best kept secret in order to be boldly visible. And we decided to hold an encore for this Friday at
Yeah.
noon Eastern.
We decided not to play small. We are back Friday at noon Eastern. So we would love you to join us. If maybe you saw and couldn't attend the other one, you saw it was happening. This is your second chance to join us. And we got so much great feedback. I love to see the excitement that comes up, even just in the chat, with people like, oh, this is what I need to make that next step in terms of starting my business. This is what I need when approaching this opportunity. So I loved it. And I'm so excited we decided to do it again.
Yes, absolutely. So if you're interested in grabbing your seat for that, just check out the link that's attached to this video at some point somewhere. And if you have any questions, just shoot us a comment about what resonated with you maybe in this video, what you're struggling with, shoot us a DM. If you want more of a private conversation, we're happy to have that. So thanks for tuning in today. We were glad to come here today with this message for you and how to overcome these things that are holding you back so that you can get out there and really make your impact that you're called to make. So thanks again for being with us. We'll see you later.
Thanks.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.